What's shaking, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another rare 12-inch mix on the compilation CD sent to me by great champion of the channel, Joseph. Big shout out to you. And this song comes from a band I'm deep diving on more normally, which is to say The Beloved. Shout out to Phil for providing The Beloved material. And the name of the track is Your Love Takes Me Higher, which of course makes me think of the Jackie Wilson song Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher and Higher, which I did react to. But the phrasing is different enough here that I'm guessing this isn't a cover of the Jackie Wilson song, but a different song entirely. As far as I know, I've never reacted to the normal version of this tune by The Beloved, so maybe it's on an album ahead of where I am in that chronology. But yes, as far as I know, I've never heard this song in original form or in remix form, but as I said, the name of the song made me think of the Jackie Wilson track. In any case, the note that Joseph wrote for this one is that it's from 1989, and I guess the name of the mix is The Pod Went Pop Mix. So yes, I'm curious about that. I wonder who the remix artist is. I'm sure Joseph or others will comment in that regard. So let's give it a listen. This is The Beloved and their tune, Your Love Takes Me Higher, and it's the Pod Went Pop Mix. I hope I'm reading that right. I think I am. So yes. Away we go with The Beloved and Your Love Takes Me Higher. like that one a lot. That's great. I do wonder, one of my first thoughts is how similar to or different from the normal version of that track is what we just heard. But I love all the different layers. There's like a proper keyboard line. There's what sounds like a xylophone run, although it had a bit of a music box configuration to it. There's another layer where I suppose it's just a different keyboard run, but it almost sounded like one of those Far East plucked stringed instruments. And indeed, there were moments there where it felt like there was a bit of a Far East flavor to a couple of the different sections. But in general, a very grooving, danceable tune. As I mentioned, I love those deep bass chords that were really evident maybe halfway through the tune and a little bit after that. I enjoy the vocals and the vocalizations, which at first I was amused by the sort of computerish, maybe not Stephen Hawking, but robotic style, what was it, She Loves Me, or I forget exactly what the phrasing was, but then the female vocal was I Don't Love You. So there was a bit of a, she loves me not type of exchange or call and response. And then we definitely had some breathy female vocals apart from the, let's say, sensual vocalizations, which certainly put a framing on the type of love that can take you higher. I feel like over the course of the track, you get a feel that it's emotional, it's psychological, psycho-emotional, but also physical and intimate in that immediately passionate kind of way, which I think those ecstatic vocalizations suggest. But I do enjoy the rhythm of the chorus phrases. It's, a slower line, your love takes me higher, but then there's almost like a galloping rhythm to this is the kind of love. I forget exactly what the phrasing was, but the second part of the chorus had a bit of a galloping double time rhythm to the melodic line of the vocals. And yeah, I just enjoy the very dance floor sound, but with a lot of sweep, a lot of melody, and a lot of verticality, meaning, again, you got the bass on the bottom, you've got that main keyboard run kind of in the middle, then that chimey style xylophone type run above that. So there was a lot going on in the track, like from top to bottom. And yeah, just a really cool tune. Again, I wonder what the normal version of the track, like what album from The Beloved it may come from. Once again, shout out to not only Joseph for sharing this, but to Phil for the Beloved catalog. So maybe I'll see this tune again in a different form later in that journey. In any case, I enjoyed this one a lot. Definitely like a brighter, we're having fun on the dance floor type of tune compared to the previous one. But again, I did enjoy that Electribe 101 12-inch mix because it had a really moody, darker sort of feel to it. So I like variety in my dance floor sounds. So either way, definitely a cool one. Shout out to Joseph. Again, we've got more from this CD. So when we come back the next time, we'll be up to Supernature, the William, what is it? Dribbit? Dobbit? I'm not sure. The William something with a D, I think Dobbit mix. And that's by Erasure. So yes, Supernature by Erasure. I enjoy that tune a lot, and I'm curious to hear what this remix will be like, so we'll check it out. Oh, and after that, there's a remix of Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight. Now, Phil Collins I haven't been reacting to yet on the channel, but Michaela did send me some Phil Collins material, so at some point we'll go through that. Ultimately, there was a bit of a problem ripping the CD, so I don't know exactly when I'll get that going. Nevertheless, the point is Phil Collins is coming, and I'm aware In the Air Tonight is one of his all-time calling cards, so that is a song I'm familiar with, and I'm curious what it will sound like in this mix. So yeah, plenty more to go. Do let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.